You can create forms in Action Builder or Action Network, letter campaigns, event campaigns. It's really made to be a digital advocacy tool. So these are public-facing forms. They're a great way to like build a campaign list. Some folks have been putting QR codes on flyers that they take to work sites, and then that QR code will direct people to fill out a particular form. So like this volunteer recruitment form that I made in this test site, it'll remember you if you've already signed an Action Network form, but if you haven't, people can enter their first name, last name, email, zip code, other information here. And what this Action Builder Action Network integration does is it lets information flow from these public-facing forms then into Action Builder, where you can then do individual follow-ups and build your leadership base. So the real key to know, and we have a separate Action Network demo that I highly encourage you to attend. It's on Tuesday afternoons, but you know, there's just like lots of different public-facing forms, public-facing things you can do in Action Network. Syncing the two tools together is super straightforward. So I'm going to go through it, not too fast, but like sort of fast. And then because it's just the two of us, we can just like really dive into any additional questions you have. I think that would be the best way to do this. So I'm going to click here on details and go to the API and sync page of Action Network. And an API is just an automated way of flowing information between two tools. It lets you just pull any information out. And when you go to this API page, you don't really need to know anything about APIs or know anything technical to set this up. We really believe in making things user-friendly, making them accessible. So all you have to do is copy and paste this number in the gray text here. And then you'd go to the Action Builder administrative page that you get access to when you're an admin. And you just click Add Group. And then it says, we need your Action Network API key, and you just paste that key in here. So it's really simple to create the connection between Action Network, that public-facing tool set, and Action Builder. Once you've created this sync between Action Network and Action Builder, there's a second step that you need to do. So Action Network is broken into groups, kind of similar to the way Action Builder is broken into different campaigns. So once you have this Action Network group available, meaning I can sync information from that Action Network group into an Action Builder campaign, now I need to actually go to a campaign. So I'm going to go to Demo, and I'm going to go to my Campaign Customization tab, which you should already be familiar with as a lead. And there's this tab, Integrations, here. You can click on Expand here, and I'm actually going to remove this group so you can see the whole process. Now that that group is available to sync to, I can select the Action Network group here. So this is, you can do this currently as a lead if you ask your admins to set up a sync between an Action Network group and Action Builder. And this creates what we call a magic tag in Action Builder, and a magic tag in Action Network. Sorry, too many action words. So the magic tag is what triggers a particular record to be created in Action Builder from Action Network. And then I can create a two-way data flow between information in Action Builder and what's called tags in Action Network. So let's actually do petition signer here. So we have that somebody signed a petition in Action Builder and they signed a petition in Action Network, and I click this checkbox, and then it'll be kept in sync between those two, the tags in Action Network and the responses in Action Builder. So this is where you can sort of set up the information flow between the two tools. I'm going to go over this a few different ways because this is kind of like the heart of the sync, and it's a little confusing at first. So basically, when you create this sync between Action Network and Action Builder, two things happen right away. So first, for all the records in Action Builder, the system looks for them in your Action Network group. And if they're already receiving mass emails, if they've already signed a form, and are part of your email list, and they exist here in Action Builder, they're going to get a little note on their record that their email already exists in the Action Network group, that they're subscribed and they're getting emails from you. So here we can see in Janetta's profile this little subscribed button, and that means, yay, she's getting emails from us. As an organizer or an activist or anybody who's using the system, you can say like, oh, Janetta says she doesn't want to get her emails from us anymore, and you can unsubscribe her. Or now that that sync is turned on, anybody that you do mark as subscribed will then join your email or text list to get mass outreach from Action Network if you choose to send them that information. And here we can mark as subscribed this phone number as well, and then they can receive automated text messages or bulk text messages from Action Network too. The other thing that that is sort of super critical is we don't dump all of the records who signed up for emails or signed petitions or anything like that. We don't dump them all into Action Builder at once. We let you control which records should flow into Action Builder. So in many unions, they already have an Action Network group, but for some unions, it's only like the International. Like the International has a big Action Network group, and it's filled with like a combination of members and supporters and a bunch of people. And you don't want like 10,000 or 100,000 records to just like be dumped into your campaign. And so only the records with this magic tag, we decided to call it, will actually be created as new records in your campaign. So you can control who flows into your campaign and when. So if I go to the Martha Test group here, I can go to details and I can go to tags. So tags is how we control what information flows into Action Builder and who flows into Action Builder. So here we see the AB labor demo 4. That's the magic tag. We also see the petition signer tags, and this is where we could create other tags of like came in through the outreach form, or signed up from outreach form, we could say. Like this can just be any tags you want. We make it really easy to create tags. Then if we go to our forms page, so here we can see all of the different forms that we created. I'm going to go click on manage this volunteer recruitment form. And we've made it so that you can quickly and easily assign specific tags to be added to everybody who completes this form. So here we've got like source, volunteer, intake form, and the AB Action Builder Demo Campaign 1, which is like our old magic tag. So I can click Edit Tags. I'm going to leave these, but then I'm going to add our AB Labor Demo 4. And I'm going to add our signed up from outreach form tag. Now I'm going to click Save Tags. And now anybody who fills out this volunteer recruitment form will be added as a new record here in our demo campaign. Or if they match to an existing record using email or phone number, the fact that they completed the outreach form, let's see. They don't have that response created, but they could have like that they came in through the outreach form here. So it's pretty user friendly once you kind of get the hang of it, but you know, definitely helpful to cover the basics. One of the challenges too is that as an admin in Action Builder, you're not necessarily an admin in Action Network. So our recommendation is that as folks start using the integrations, they give more people permissions in Action Network to create forms, edit forms, make sure all the tags are in sync so that you don't, you're not sort of like doing the extra step of having to like work through somebody else to get the proper tags applied. But yeah. I know that without like a ton of Action Network experience, this is probably like a little mind bending, but I'm happy to dig in wherever you want to go this morning.
We actually use Action Network. Our PR department uses it a lot to send out stuff from our union to everybody, whether it be new legislation or something.
Yeah.
So my thoughts were on the integration for our campaign, because on the railroad, we don't really we organize properties, but they go through the National Mediation Board, and it's a long process. But one of the things that I wanted to do, and maybe I could get your feedback on or thoughts, or we get a lot of new members and we want to keep them engaged in the union, not just, get them signed up and then once they're there and they're just, get their monthly paper or whatever. So the newer members, I wanted to try and keep engaged and kind of build like um, a campaign for new members, and then have the Action Network reach out to them with sort of like with tags, like you're saying, surveys, things they're interested in, and then kind of target that group, and maybe even use that to see are people unsigning or whatever, and trying like, month one, reach back out to them the second month, how is everything still going, just kind of, and letting them, that kind of thing. So it's more like an internal organizing. And, like we have members that come back from the BLE. Well, once they come back, we don't want them to think, because the BLE, they're not AFL-CIO tag, but we don't want them to think, okay, well, now they're back, they're forgotten. I kind of want to keep that message going and trying to build like a campaign action network thing so that they're constantly reached out and we see who's unsubscribing and, who's, getting feedback from in certain areas and targeting. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. Yeah. So just to show you like a little glimpse of one thing that you could do is you could create like a returning member, and we could have new member, like those sorts of responses here in Action Builder. And then what we would do is we would create tags in Action Network for like a new member tag, maybe like create a returning member tag. And so let's just like assume that you're getting these new member cards in Action Builder. In the integration here, and I'm just gonna refresh this page, I can then create a link between new member here and then the Action Network tag new member. And then I'll create like a returning member here and returning member here. So now anytime somebody is added as a new member in Action Builder or as a returning member in Action Builder, they'll get those tags in Action Network too. And this really slick feature we have in Action Network is called ladders, that lets you create a set of emails that somebody gets that start when somebody has a particular tag applied. So we'll call this new member automated emails and asks. And we'll add a rung to this ladder. So we'll say that anybody who gets the new member tag applied will enter this ladder. We'll start to get these automated requests. So we could say like action, and then we could say they should get an email. And so then you can go in and you can create this email. So welcome to the union from Deborah, your organizer. And then you put in your email and you said smart, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Preview text, welcome to the union. And then you could create like whatever you want this email to be right here. And it could like include like an image at the top of the page with the smart logo and like any text you want. You could include a link to sign up for a new member orientation, anything you want in this. We'll click Save Action. Yep. And then you can add these wait steps. So you can choose to wait a specific number of days or wait until a specific date of time. But this is where you could just say like, I want to contact them again after 14 days. And then I'm going to send them another email. So here, right? And so like you can just like create this automated flow of emails that include like different specific asks, like sign up for an event or sign this form, like use this form to let us know how your first month has been on the job. Like you can do all of that through this ladder system. And this is one of the really exciting ways that we want folks to take advantage of the Action Builder Action Network integration, actually, is just to like sort of make that that outreach much easier, instead of you or other members of your team having to like remember like, oh, who signed up last month? Let me pull that list and then send them an email. Like instead it can all be done for you.
Could you even like break that down like from an international level to even smaller to by a local level? Like if I created the initial spreadsheet to include locals, then we could like create a ladder by local. That way I could remind the members, your local union meeting, it's next week at 5:00, blah, 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 and just grab a specific group of people that are tied to that local number.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple different ways to do that. So one way is you can have a local be a tag, and it's like, so you could choose, I'm just going to do a petition signer here. Petition signers get different email, right? Or local union members get a different email. So this moves people under the like, yes, petition signers get a different email, and then they would get like this particular thread. And then if they don't belong to that action, you could create like a different decision step for another local. What you can also do, and this is not my area of expertise, when you are doing emails, let me show you that real quickly. So we'll do that new member and then that email. There's something called, what's it called? Liquid, which is like a way of inserting, or like clips. So clips are ways that you can include specific information for a local, and then you can you can customize these. This is beyond my expertise, but I think this would be the best way to do it, and you could work with our support team or attend one of our trainings on it to really dig in and figure it out. But basically, you could include under like other information, local number, and I'm not sure how that would be stored. I think it would be tags in the system as well. And you would insert that tag and it would look kind of like this. So
it's sort of like working the way Word. It's sort of like a data field, like a merge field where it would go.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. And then the tricky piece would be including the proper link to the proper new member orientation. You need to store that somehow as well. Our team can figure that out for you, but then, this would be pretty slick. Then you don't have to like create all those branching decision steps.
Something that I could use not only this year, next year, or if certain local has their agreement coming up, it's something that we could expand and let the general chairpersons use. And when things become, important in certain areas and locals and fields, and it isn't like you're looking for all these emails and stuff because it's all kept current in here already. It's just grabbing that.
That is exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, I think it would be dreamy. I think it would be fantastic.
I do too, and I think the general committee would be excited, and we could expand and they'd get out using it more. If everything was set up and they said, oh, I just have to do this tag here and grab this, and because they would just have a certain way to do their locals. So I mean, even if they had a step-by-step thing, they pull out that paper and say, okay, here I go, step-by-step. And then they could keep them informed of things going on all around the country. And it's just like, I just think the more people involved, the better, because they know their area better than I do. Sitting over here, in Cleveland, California is 3 hours behind me, and by 8 o'clock, that's 5 o'clock there, and the work schedules, the time zones. I just think it would be great.
I think so too. Another interesting thing to note that So Action Builder and Action Network are both built through like a cooperative development process. So we're a never-for-profit organization, and then we work for both Action Network and Action Builder in partnership with other organizations. So Action Builder, we work in partnership with the AFL, and then Action Network is actually built through a partnership with the AFL, Daily Kos, and the DNC. And SMART folks have been coming, Jim White in particular has been coming to our Action Builder meetings, but there hasn't been a representative of SMART at our Action Network meetings, helping inform the development of the tool set. So if you want to like kick this around too at SMART, like it would be fantastic if a SMART rep started to come to those Action Network meetings.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Because I could see where this would be so helpful. And I remember one thing that you said when I took the training, when you had the big opening for the new year, was it's only like $50 for an organization to like a different organization to go. So let's say I have a general committee and they want to get involved, but they want to set up their own platform. They don't really want to use an Action Builder, how we set it up, you know, because Action Builder, once you set it up, that's the way it's established, those first 5 or so guidelines.
Yep.
So they could, as a general committee, you know, join on there and even set up something that would work for them, and it would just be like the $50 a month, in case they ask me.
Actually,
they don't like our
stuff. Actually it would be free. Yeah, it would be free. So as long as you all at SMART say like, yeah, it's cool for them to have their own instance, it's free. So we have actually unions that have, like AFSCME has like at least a half dozen different organizations, you know, different assessment scales, wanting different setups, all of that. And as long as the international says it's okay, those other organizations are free. So the only situation where they would have to pay the $50 fee is if the international is like says that they would rather they pay. So far, you know, that hasn't actually happened.
I think $50. I mean, what's $50? I mean, cable bills are way more than that, electric and stuff. So I think what they could get out of this, that would more than pay for themselves, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. On the Action Network side, there is a small fee for email and mobile messaging based on the quantity of emails sent. And that's on the also through like the AFL side is through this sort of a rebilling system. I'm not actually sure exactly what that billing system looks like, but on Action Network, it's actually free to sign up. So if I go back to the main page, I'll show you what that looks like. I'll just log out here. So anybody can sign up for free on actionnetwork.org, and they just click the login button and they register for your free account to access our online tool set right here. And then you just fill out this form and you get the tool for free. And in order to set up the Action Builder Action Network sync, it's only $10 a month. Use Action Network.
Yeah, I that's why I just love coming here, because every time I see this, it's like watching a movie. I get another piece out of it, you know. Oh, I didn't notice that the first time.
Absolutely.
They abstract something from it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you joined today. And like your use case is exactly the dream. Like we want people to take advantage of this to make all of that ongoing communication that is so important easier.
And it would be with how you were showing me set up, 14 days, because that's exactly what I was thinking, in 14 days, see how they're doing, a month from now, just follow up, see if they have any questions, and then maybe send, their meeting stuff monthly till they get used to where their meeting place is, when it is,
Yep. Exactly. Any other questions or thoughts, use cases that we can dig into today?
I'm not thinking of any. Probably once we hang up, I'll be writing them down saying next time, ask her this, this, and that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I did notice like on the Action Network has a lot more training opportunities, it seems like, because I was trying initially for Action Builder and there was always Action Network training, or they had like this little guidebook that you could click on that would show you how to put your search engines and stuff in different forms and stuff. And is there like a manual for Action Network, or is it all online, or do you know?
Yeah, so there are a few different forms. So when you're in Action Builder, you can click on this Need Help button and you'll see Visit the Help Center. And so there is a fair amount here. So you can click here on the General tab, and there's some links here. Action Builder for Admins has a lot more information here, some videos as well. We are about to launch, I think it's 4 or 5 new regular trainings on Action Builder that will be monthly, much more similar to what we've been doing on the Action Network side. And that's actually going to start next month. So be on the lookout for those invites. You'll definitely get an update email on it.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I feel like I got my own personal trainer, but I mean, that was just great. I mean, and you hit it right on the head with the tags and what I was thinking about doing for our internal organizing to retain membership and keep them engaged, and knowing we're out there, and not just when you have a problem. We're just out there every day, just to collaborate with you and talk to you and just see how things are going in general.
Yeah, I love that. Well, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to drop my email into the chat so that you have it. I'd love to hear as you get things up and running, how it's going. And yeah, I love the program you're doing.
Well, thank you so much.
You bet. Have a fantastic rest of this Labor Day week.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't even feel like it, because it just was so busy. Like, this is Wednesday, and it just well, gosh, a couple more days left. The week's going to be done, But that's always
exactly.
It'll be.
It is.
Before we know it, though.
That is too right.
Time flies, because I can't believe the summer's over already. I'm like, I can't believe it. Summer's gone already, and we're in the fall. I love fall, though. I love the cooler weather and campfires and, more activities and getting things done.
No, absolutely. It is painful how fast the summer flew by, though. Have a great one. I should hop and prepare for my next call, but thank you, and don't hesitate to reach out, truly.
Thank you, Martha. Have a wonderful week.
You too. Bye-bye.